Few travels first of all. So anyways, the property you're looking for, I did find a couple options we do have for you. I do have, are you looking for traditional burial or are you looking for cremation?
Okay, when you say traditional, I'm assuming you're saying grass
Full,
plot,
full
casket.
body.
Yeah,
The full
right.
body.
That one I want.
You, okay. Because unfortunately, I only have one property that that I have available. But even though it's only one, we have what we call, it comes with, it's called double depth. So it's going to be for two people. So when the first person passes, they'll be at the lower level. And then the second person that would pass would be at the upper level, kind of like a bunk bed.
Okay, but when you buy that, do you then have the rights to do both, or do you have to pay double?
Oh, no. It's the price includes it. So it's $7,600 for two people.
Oh,
Because
okay.
all of our property at Rose Hills comes for two people.
$7,600, and that gives you two plots.
Interment rights, correct. It's two interment rights like a bunk bed. It's going to be up and down.
Okay, now somebody told me that's a requirement now that they do too. Is that true anymore? Is that true?
It's not required, but you are paying for it.
Oh.
And so if you weren't to exercise that second right, then you would still be paying the full price. You just wouldn't use that second interment right.
So normally the prices would be around $3,000.
No, it's still 76.
Okay.
The one property is 76. It's regardless if you use it only for one person or two people. You're paying for two, but a lot of families they don't like a lot of our Asian families they don't like the double depth.
Oh.
So they'll still buy that property, and they'll only put one person in there.
Okay. All right. So that's interesting. So
yes.
Now where is this located? I mean, it doesn't have to be in Nauvoo Lawn. I mean, but
okay.
That's ideal.
Okay, because I do have only one space available for the full body traditional, and that's in the Nauvoo Lawn.
Okay.
So if you'd like to go outside of Nauvoo Lawn, we could definitely go into one of our newer areas. That's over in Gate 1 where their administration building is.
Yeah.
And it really depends on what you're looking for at that point. If you're looking for best value, or you're looking for property that has a view. So it really depends on what really strikes your fancy.
Now, is this Nauvoo Lawn? Would Nauvoo Lawn be considered a primo location compared to that?
Well, it still price comes in at entry level, so it's $7,600.
Okay, but which one would be bigger value? The one by Nauvoo Lawn because of location, or is the other location better?
Well, I do have some promotions. I have an area is $7,600 with a 20% discount. I believe. Don't quote me on this. I'm not in the office. I think it's like $1,500 off. I'm going off the top of my head. So it comes up to a little bit around $6,000.
Okay.
And that's in our Prado area. We have Prado de la Valle, Prado de la Loma. And then once again, our prices go up from there.
Okay, so is that a double as well?
That would be a double as well, sir.
Okay, but I'm not sure you answered my question. Are you saying that the one over in Prado is a better location than the one at Nauvoo Lawn as far as value goes?
Value-wise, Prado would be better because of that discount.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Just based on the discount. But a lot of families like the Prado because it's in a canyon. And some families don't like it because it's in a canyon. That one is really a preference on the individual family.
Okay.
And then we have a lot of areas where we have beautiful views of the vista in the cemetery, but of course the price is a little bit more than that.
How much more would it be for the better views?
For the better views to go, I think we have some right now that are on promotion for about $15,000. And that's for two people as well.
Really?
Yes.
That much difference?
Yeah, it goes drastically higher than that as well. But like I said, it really depends on your preference on that.
So the view. I guess I'm trying to weigh that to Nauvoo. So the view over
Uh huh.
on Nauvoo, where that other lot is,
Uh huh.
um, that's I'm not getting much of a. I'm not paying much of a premium for any view. So it must not be Nauvoo lawn must not be a real great view area, I guess, right?
No, I mean it's one of our older lawns. One of the downsides, but also a plus side, it's really close to Workman Mill Road, which is the street. So you do have the street traffic going back and forth, even though you're behind the gate.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to consider. Over in the Prado areas and towards the back, there is no traffic, and you really feel like you're in the wilderness. Depending on how high you go, you might be able to get a city view as well.
Oh, okay. So that sounds like a more desirable area.
Correct. Was there a price range you were looking for, Miss Paris?
No, no. I was looking for value mostly. But how far then is the distance between? Since I do have some existing relatives there in Nauvoo, how far is that Prado from there?
Okay, I'm gonna probably go exactly from Nauvoo to our main gate, which is gate number one. It's about a mile and a half, but or I'll just say 2 miles, just easier. And then from the main gate to where the Prado is, it's about another mile and a half. So from the main street all the way to the back of our property is 2 miles, or 2 miles deep.
And that's
So
not.
it's about a mile and a half where
And,
Prado is.
but that isn't so much a factor in the value as far as how close to the gate it is or anything.
No, not at all.
It's more like the view and all that.
Correct. Just like real estate. Location, 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 they always say.
Yeah. Well, can I get pictures? I'm still attracted to the Nauvoo a little bit because of the location to my family.
Right.
Can I get pictures of that, or is there some way I can look that up online and just bring it in? Or
Sure. How would you like me to send it? I can send it to you via text on the cell phone that we're on, or if you like, I can send it to the email.
I'd like it on the email.
Okay, perfect. And I'm just curious, what would be the absolute most you would like to pay for a property, just so I could get an idea and give you different options?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm more inclined to stick with the price of the Nauvoo property.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna just to give you a different variations. I'm gonna try to stick, even though Nauvoo is 7,600, I'm gonna bump it up to 9,000, just so you can get a little bit more of a different variances with the pictures. Not necessarily you have to go that route, but just so you can see the difference.
Now, is that negotiable on that $7,600 Nauvoo lawn?
Unfortunately, it is not. If you do go ahead and go forward with it, if you do put 10% down on that property, I am able to give you an additional 10% discount. So that is something that I could give you.
What? Okay, now how does that work? I mean,
So if you were to put down 10%, it would be $760. Going off my head. Haven't had my coffee yet. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
$760 would be the down payment, and then I would also be able to give you a discount of 10%. So it would drop the price by $760 as well.
Now, is it your lot, or is it? Are you representing the seller?
No. I'm an agent of Rose Hills.
Oh, you are.
I work directly with Rose Hills, and I'm an employee of Rose Hills.
Oh, okay, I got you. So did you guys? Rose Hills themselves don't still have Nauvoo lawn available.
Oh yes. We only have the one available. We only have one available.
How do you get them? I mean, you've never sold this lot? It's never been owned by anybody else?
Well, we did have a few available last year. We had about 6 available. And usually what happens is we'll have a family that comes in and they have property in that lawn and they want to upgrade. So then that's how we get property coming back into our inventory.
Oh, okay. You don't buy property back. You just
No,
upgrade.
unfortunately, we don't.
I was going to say, because that's an old lot. I'm surprised
Right.
you still have anything.
Right. They probably bought that property for like $150 back in the day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but that's what, like 40, maybe 50 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe longer.
So one other thing is, can you? All right. I told you about my family there, right?
Correct.
I gave you their names.
Yes, sir, you did.
Can you show me where in that Nauvoo lot that you have, where in Nauvoo lawn approximately that is?
Okay, definitely will. I'll go ahead and send you a picture of the map. I'm going to put two different marks. One that has your family, and one that is going to be the property that we're discussing that we have available.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead and also send you out pictures of the Nauvoo lawn as well as our Prado and other properties.
Okay, now one of the questions that's intriguing me is you said if I put 10% down, so how does that, do you guys have a payment plan or do you just pay cash, just only take cash?
You could pay cash if you'd like to, cash in full if you'd like to. Also, you could put it on a credit card to make the payment, or you could go ahead and make payments on that. For 5 years, if you were to put 10% down, for 5 years, our interest rate is 0.9%.
Okay.
And I'm going off the top of my head, I believe it's going to be about $97 a month for 5 years. And the interest on that is going to be, I think it's about $300 and change.
So you're willing to give me 10%, so that must mean there's a payment plan where I don't give you 10%.
Correct. We could go 5%, but you don't get that discount.
Okay, so yeah, I could do 10% easy. So that's 10% less than $7,600.
Correct.
Yeah, about $6,900. So it's worth about $6,900 or so.
That's correct.
And that's a good price, pretty much.
Yes, sir. It really is.
Better than I could probably find outside in the market.
That I don't know how that works. We don't control, or we're not able to see what prices are outside of Rose Hills.
Do you know, just for curiosity, so I can compare, do you know how I might find property? How they list property? Is it on Craigslist or?
That will probably be the best way to go.
Craigslist is probably as good as any.
Correct.
There's no
the downside about that though is if you do want to go and purchase with a third party, the property is not going to be the double depth. You're only going to have the single space. So if there's only one space available, you still have to convert it into a double.
Oh, is that right?
Correct. So our standard double only started last year. So I'll give you an instance. My wife and I, we purchased property at Rose Hills before I worked there back in 2000. We had the option of purchasing it as a double or purchasing it as a single depth. We purchased it as a single. So now if we wanted to go ahead and convert it into a double, we have to pay half of the current property value. So it'd be half of $7,600.
Oh, is that right?
Correct. So if you wanted to convert a property that was purchased as a single and convert it, whatever the current purchase price is, it has to do that conversion.
So even if you buy it on a private market outside, whatever I bought it for, I'd have to split that in two and pay that much extra to make it a double?
Correct.
Oh, wow. That's really important.
Yeah. And a lot of families don't know that when they do it from a third party.
Yeah, because I'd need to buy a third party one for, another $3,000-$4,000 to make it equal what you're saying.
Correct. And then when you do purchase with Rose Hills, we do offer a lot of other benefits to families. We have a family protection program. So while you're making payments, heaven forbid something happened to you folks and you needed to use that space, Rose Hills will forgive the first $5,000. Whereas if you go with a third party, you don't have that. You don't have that available to you.
Okay, explain how that works again. Like if I'm making payments.
Correct. If you're making payments with 10% down, we'll say that the property, we'll just practical reason, $7,000 you purchased the property, and you're making payments on year number 2, something happened to you and you have to use that space because we're in an accident.
Right.
And you owe $5,600. Rose Hills will forgive the first $5,000. Your family would just have to pay the balance of $600 to use that space.
Oh, I see. It's like an insurance policy.
Kind of, sort of, and it is an insurance, but it kind of works that way.
And if I pay cash, that's not even a factor, right? I mean,
Correct.
It's only if I'm on payments, right?
Correct.
Yeah, a little bit like life insurance, but it's not an insurance policy. I got you.
Right.
Oh, wow, that's been really helpful. What else do I need to know? That was a big deal. You just told
Right.
me.
Well, we have that, and then when you do purchase with Rose Hills, we do offer a lot of things. Another thing we offer is a compassion helpline. All your family and friends are able to call into an 800 number and speak to a licensed counselor about the grieving process if they're having a lot of difficulties with it. So that's one of the unique things about Rose Hills. Another item we do have, is a child and grandchild protection program. This is going to, any of your children or grandchildren, ages 21 years of age and younger, they have to be living at home or going to school and unmarried. Now, say if anything were to happen to them, Rose Hills will provide an interment property up to $5,000 for that child at no cost to the family.
An interment property, which just means another burial plot?
That is correct. Up to $5,000.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
So let's say if you wanted a $10,000 property for that child, Rose Hills will cover the first $5,000, and then you would be responsible for the second $5,000.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Right, and then we do have heaven forbid, usually our child properties aren't that much, but if it was $3,200, Rose Hills will cover the full cost of it.
Okay, I like that.
Yes, and so that's one of the benefits of working with Rose Hills directly. If you work with a third party, you're not entitled to get those benefits.
Okay, are there any other costs that I don't see? I mean, I'm not really an expert like this on it like you are, but is there any other costs that are associated with selling or transferring a property third party versus through Rose Hills?
The only other cost is going to be our endowment care. It's a one-time fee, regardless. It's $275.
Okay.
And that's going to be for the watering, the groundkeeping, the gardeners, anything to do with the lawn. And that's for the upkeep of that lawn.
All right.
And every single person pays that one-time fee.
Okay. All right. Wow. Is there anything else I need to know, or you've been really helpful? Appreciate this.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And when you're ready to, and I'll send those pictures. If you like, I could definitely come out to you when you're available, and we could discuss it a little bit more. If you have a little more questions, it's my pleasure.
Well, I'm out in Marietta, which is quite a distance.
Oh no, that's not that far. If I go that way, I'm gonna put the wife in the car, and we're gonna go wine tasting afterwards. I'm gonna have her we'll make a little trip out there. So that's not that far. I've driven down to Hesperia, San Diego, and Marietta's not that far.
All right. Well, good. I appreciate you getting back to me. This has really been helpful.
Okay, it definitely is my pleasure. And if you're really interested in the Lebanon, please let me know right away, because that is a really rare find, and I have it on a temporary hold. And if I have another family that wants to buy there, I have to actually give it up. But
okay.
I don't mean to put pressure on you, but just because that's the only one available.
Okay, yeah.
So I just want to give you, if you guys decide you want to go that route, just let me know as soon as possible.
Are they in pretty high demand right now?
Usually our older lands tend to be once something opens up. They're not on the market that long once something opens up.
The older areas?
Correct.
It-
Because a lot of families, they want to be with their other loved ones that have already passed.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, all right, good. I appreciate that information. Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. And if you need any other questions, feel free to text me too. This is a good number to text me on, my friend.
All right, thanks again.
Alrighty. Will you post safe travel?
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.